Hey everyone, FusedVR coming at ya. A couple weeks back, we were taking a look at an end-to-end deployment for smart contracts and interacting with that within Unity. Today, we're going to take a slightly different approach, and I'm going to show you what I think is the fastest and also most secure way to start testing and integrating blockchain into your own VR applications or Unity applications, and really get a feel for how to leverage the blockchain. If you're excited for more Ethereum videos, definitely let me know down in the comments below, and also head over to our Discord to interact with the rest of the community that's excited about VR and crypto. We're going to be starting with a fresh Unity project, and then specifically we're going to be taking a look at the FusedVR Render Streaming package. So if you're not familiar, this is just a render streaming solution that we've been spending a lot of time looking at on the channel here, and it's built off of Unity's render streaming solution. This is a package on GitHub that's all open source, so we can go ahead and plug that into the package manager, which is going to allow us to import that package into our project. So on your package manager, just click plus and then click add package from Git URL. Once that's finished importing, and it might require a restart on the editor due to the JSON package, you should see this in your package manager assets, and that's specific to your project. Here you'll see a few samples that you can import, and feel free to try out any of the others, but specifically we're interested in the blockchain Web3 testing. Now, this is a package that's built with the Unity UI and will allow you to quickly and iteratively test out all of the blockchain functionality that's in the SDK. So specifically, if you want to learn a little bit more about that, you can head over to the README and you'll see all of the information around the web integrations that's part of the SDK. Additionally, you can quickly read a little bit more about the testing sample here as well on the README. So once that's imported in, just due to some UI functionality, you'll actually want to head over to your player settings and enable unsafe compiling. And this is just due to a bug and the base on render streaming package that should get resolved pretty shortly. There's an issue filed for that. But for the time being, go ahead and click allow unsafe code, and that will allow you to just recompile the package and get that set up correctly for you to just start testing. Once that's done, let's go to our samples, FusedVR, go all the way here until you get to the blockchain sample. Let's go ahead and open that up, and you can see the UI that's referenced here. There are basically 5 functions that you're going to be testing with blockchain integration. So 1, getting an account from Metamask, so being able to get the public key. 2, being able to sign a message using the SDK. 3, sending Ethereum to a different wallet using the SDK. 4 and 5 are correlated, but then this is all about smart contract integration. So being able to register a smart contract with a client that is connected, and then calling functions for that smart contract. And this is all fundamentally wrapped around an ABI file. If you haven't checked out our second video on Unity integrations, that will explain what an ABI is and how to get access to that, so you can go ahead and pull that file and leverage that within this SDK. But those are kind of the 5 key pillars that are being referenced here to allow you to interact with the blockchain. So let me go ahead and show you how this works. But first, let me also actually go ahead. We need to lock the input here. So if you head to the input manager, this is also a bug with the base render streaming solution, but just head over to analysis and into input debugger, and then on options, lock input. This is going to allow your input from the website to be received by Unity here. So I'm gonna go ahead, split this open as a scene view and game view here so we can see both. And also, if you're on an AMD card, I also encourage you to turn off the hardware encoder support, as this won't work otherwise. And for our purposes, honestly, we don't even need to. So let's go ahead and click play here. This is going to start rendering this out, and we haven't set up our MetaMask at all. So to do that, we have to actually go to a client that has Metamask. So here I'm going to go and hit up the FusedVR rendering page. And then in this case, I'm going to go ahead and click connect. The second I do, my Metamask pops up on this page and it's going to be prompting me to go ahead and log in here. What this is doing is just logging me into my Metamask, and specifically I'm on the Ropsten text network for this. So if you are pulling out the sample and looking to just test the existing implementation with the existing addresses, that's all deployed on Ropsten. So if you're trying to follow along, make sure you're set up on Ropsten. And in our case, yeah, I just have two accounts. There's a MetaMask dummy account, and then I have a Unity test account, which you can see right here. So now I'm connected. I have this UI that has been rendered from Unity, and it's going onto my browser. This can happen on two different devices, could happen on the same device, really doesn't matter. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do now is click Get Account. What's happening here is I got my public key address. So if I actually pop open MetaMask, we can double check and verify that. So you can see 74BA, 74BA. So from the web browser, I was able to hook into MetaMask and get the current account, get that public key, and that was transmitted back to Unity. And then you can do whatever you want here from your game logic as you're listening in for these events. Similarly, let's go ahead and set up a sign message. So you can see here, I went ahead, typed a message in, and it tells MetaMask, hey, look, this game now wants to sign this message, and can you go ahead and sign that? So that will go ahead and sign it. And if we head back into Unity, just in our logs here, you can see all of the events that are getting triggered as part of the sample. And you can see the end result, which is the signed representation of our hello I message by the private key associated with that account. So that is very useful if you are looking to verify that this is indeed the correct account, because you'll get a signed message and you can verify this against the public key that these are, in fact, this is the real account that you want to be talking to. Next, let's go ahead and test this out. I'm going to be sending, say, 0.1 Ethereum between my accounts here. Go ahead, click send. That generates out this MetaMask transaction for 0.1 ETH. You can play around with various different features here, but fundamentally, if I go ahead, click confirm, that's going to be sending 0.1 ETH to this to address that is I've already gone ahead and pre-populated. And finally, I just want to show you registering an ERC20 token, and you can see that that's been confirmed here. And actually, I should point out, you get a transaction hacks, which you can go ahead and listen in for various different events for whenever that actually gets passed through to the blockchain. Here, I'm going to be registering a ERC20 token smart contract. And what this is doing is, in my Unity project, I have an ABI that represents an ERC20 token that I just kind of pre-populated here. And I pass in the smart contract. That uploads this ABI to my client here and now makes it accessible through the SDK to run various different functions. So for example, let's say I wanted to get the name of my smart contract. So if I click run, back in Unity, you can see I did the run contract and the name here is FuseZ. So that was exactly the name of the smart contract that I had uploaded. And if I go to my assets, FuseZ is this token here. So if we want to verify and make sure this is the same thing, we can go ahead and put symbol. Let's go ahead, click run. And again, you can see here, this is the result that I have the FZ as a symbol, and you can see run contract ran twice. Let's say you wanted to run something that has a parameter associated with that. We can go ahead and put balance of, and we'll have to pass in a parameter here. Due to some input wonkiness, I'm gonna go ahead and copy and paste that actually via the Unity editor instead. So all of this is located here under the canvas. I'm going to grab the balance of my account. So let me go ahead and copy this. Let's go ahead to transaction here and then I'm gonna go ahead and paste this into the input field. And then if I go ahead and click run, I should get the balance, which you can see right here, represented as a hex. So there we were able to run the balance of. You can also run write transactions. So if you want to run an actual transaction that writes the blockchain and say transfers the CR3 storing token, you could do that as well with the A2 parameter and how much you want to send. So this does require that a Web3 wallet has been installed. In this case, we're just using Metamask, but really any Web3 wallet should work. And as long as you're connected via the Web3 APIs, you should be good to go in that regard. Hopefully you found this video helpful. Again, let me know down in the comments below if there's other Ethereum or blockchain videos you'd be interested in seeing from a game dev perspective. One thing I'm looking at tackling up in the future is NFTs. So if you aren't subscribed, definitely make sure you subscribe for that. And I think that about does it. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. This has been FusedMan, and I'm signing out.